Nikolas Cruz, the 19-year-old who confessed to killing 17 people at a Parkland, Florida high school on Wednesday, was investigated by state authorities in 2016 after he filmed himself cutting his own arms on Snapchat and saying he wanted to buy a gun. Cruz posted the video on the social media app in September 2016. 17 months before he allegedly entered the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School and used an AR-15 assault rifle to kill 17 others on Wednesday. He posted the Snapchat clip just days after turning 18 years of age and shortly after he broke up with his girlfriend who was cheating on him, his mother told investigators. The news was first reported on Saturday by the Broward County-based South Florida Sun-Sentinel newspaper in Florida. 18 is the legal age at which buying a rifle or a shotgun is legal. After posting the disturbing video, Cruz was investigated by sheriff's deputies as well as officials from welfare authorities and the State Department of Children and Family Services. That means they saw no need to have him committed to a mental health facility. The revelation shows that all levels of government, state, local, and federal were aware of Cruz's potential to do harm. The FBI acknowledged on Friday that it ignored a tip last month from a person close to Cruz who said that Cruz owned a gun and that he had spoken of carrying out a school shooting. Someone who knew Cruz called the FBI's national tip line on January 5 and expressed concern about his gun ownership, desire to kill people, erratic behavior, and disturbing social media posts, as well as the potential of him conducting a school shooting. According to the Bureau, officials said the information should have been forwarded to the FBI field office in Miami. Attorney General Jeff Sessions ordered an investigation into how the matter was handled by both the FBI and the Justice Department. Mr. Cruz has fresh cuts on both his arms, the DCF report reads. Mr. Cruz stated he plans to go out and buy a gun. It is unknown what he is buying the gun for. 5 months after the Snapchat video, Cruz bought the AR-15 which was allegedly used in Wednesday's massacre. The report on Cruz stated that the final level of risk was low. Cruz's final level of risk is low as he resides with his mother, attends school and receives counseling through Henderson, the DCF report states. Cruz's lawyer, Melissa McNeil, who is the Broward County Assistant Public Defender assigned to the case, said the report is further proof that the authorities failed not just her client but also the victims of Wednesday's shooting and their families. All of this could have been prevented, said McNeil. It makes me sick to my stomach because there are 17 people, including numerous children, who are dead and several others who were injured after the Snapchat video. 4 agencies were alerted about Cruz: the DCF, the Broward County Sheriff's Office, the Broward School District, and Henderson Behavioral Health, one of the largest providers of mental health services in the country, according to the Sun-Sentinel. Every single red flag was being thrown out by this kid 4 days after his 18th birthday, and nothing was done to help him, said the Chief Assistant Public Defender, Gordon Weeks. This community has been devastated. The system didn't only fail him, it failed the entire community. After the video, Cruz's mother, Linda Cruz, told investigators that her son had been diagnosed with autism and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, for which he was taking medication. He had also been treated for depression. At the time of the investigation, it was not clear if he was still on medication. Cruz's mother told investigators that she and the mother of his girlfriend both said at the time that it was best to end the relationship because it was unhealthy for everyone. She also told investigators at the time that her son did not have a gun, though she did take away an air gun he owned because he was misbehaving. Linda Cruz also told state investigators that her son had hate signs including the Nazi swastika and words "I hate us" drawn on his book bag. She said at the time that she forced her son to remove the symbols and that her family was not racist. Last November, Linda Cruz died of pneumonia at the age of 68 after Nikolas Cruz got into a fight at school with another boy over a girl. A school counselor told investigators that a mobile crisis unit was called and determined he was not at risk to harm himself or others. Officials from Henderson who were called to the school concluded that Cruz was stable enough not to be hospitalized, a DCF spokesperson said, based on the information at this time. This individual had no involvement with Florida's child welfare system, including foster care. Other information related to this individual as an adult is confidential, according to Florida law. A court must order the release of these records in the spirit of full transparency. The department has petitioned the court to be allowed to release any and all records we have on this individual. The FBI also missed another key warning sign months before receiving the information on its tip line in September. They were alerted to a comment made by YouTube user Nikolas Cruz proclaiming his desire to be a professional school shooter. At the same time, he was posting photos to his public social media account which showed off an arsenal of weapons, including multiple semi-automatic guns, and he had not only joined the white nationalist group Republic of Florida but also begun participating in paramilitary training exercises with the organization. All this, along with the fact that he had no mental health struggles and 3 school expulsions, was not enough to land Cruz on the FBI's radar. 1. I'm going to be a professional school shooter. Nikolas Cruz left a comment on a YouTube video back in September using his own name that simply read, I'm going to be a professional school shooter too. FBI was warned about the comment but couldn't identify him. Vlogger Ben Benite alerted the FBI to the comment shared by Cruz. The FBI was quick to respond, arriving at his office the next day but only after Benite called a local field agent, revealing his initial attempts to send in a screen grab of the comment failed when the email address he found listed on the agency's website came back with a domain error saying it did not exist. The FBI was unable to identify the person who posted the comment. 3. Bought an AR-15 age 18 after Cruz's mother died. He eventually moved in with the family of a former classmate where he brought his AR-15 which was kept in a locked cabinet that he had the key to. He was able to purchase the rifle in the past year and passed a required background check. Federal law allowed people 18 and over to legally purchase long guns. At 21, people can legally buy handguns from a licensed dealer. Cruz was also studying marksmanship in the Army Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps. 4. Troubling Instagram page. Cruz's Instagram page is filled with disturbing posts of what appears to be himself showing off with weapons with his face covered, asking for advice on buying firearms, and making racist comments about Muslims. 5. Was a member of a white nationalist group and came to training exercises. Jordan Jared claims that Cruz was a member of the Republic of Florida, which aims to make Florida its own white info state. Jared claimed Cruz, who was adopted, was brought up in the organization by another member and he reportedly carpooled to at least 2 training exercises held by the group. 6. Boasted about hurting animals. Students who say they knew Cruz claimed he liked to kill animals. He was crazy because he liked to kill small things, like little animals, frogs and other animals like that, and he just had a crazy mind, one told 10 ABC News. Another classmate claims he would tell him he shot rats with a BB gun. 7. Took knives and bullets to school. Former classmate Joshua Charo, 16, said all he would talk about is guns, knives and hunting. Another student said he started selling knives out of a lunchbox when he started high school, while he was also found to be carrying bullet casings in his bag. 8. Was banned from carrying a backpack. Jim Guard, a math teacher who had Cruz in his class last year, said he believes the school sent out an email warning teachers he shouldn't be allowed on campus with a backpack. There were problems with him last year threatening students and I guess he was asked to leave campus. 9. Expelled for fighting. The deeply troubled loner was expelled last year for fighting over his ex-girlfriend with her new boyfriend. 10. Abusive to his ex-girlfriend. Students claim the gunman was abusive to his girlfriend. 11. Stalked another girl. Mr. Guard also claimed that he was taken with another student to the point of stalking her. While another student who claims to have been friends with Cruz said he had to cut him off because he started going after and threatening a female friend of his. 12. Peeping Tom neighbor Christine Rosberg said she and all the other neighbors were terrified of the teen who would bang his head against a cement wall if his legal guardians tried to send him to school. She also claims she caught him peeking in her window, and when she confronted him, he said he was looking for golf balls. I said, "This isn't the golf course." 13. Stopped his mental health treatment. Cruz had been getting treatment at a mental health clinic, but stopped about a year ago and dropped off the radar. He was showing signs of depression. Broward County Mayor Beam first said it wasn't like there wasn't concern for him. "We try to keep our eyes out on those kids who aren't connected. In this case, we didn't find a way to connect with this kid." 14. Possible fetal alcohol syndrome. Natalie Brassard, a program director at the nonprofit Faskets, which works with FASD children, said some of Cruz's characteristics suggest that he might have been living with an invisible brain-based condition. It could have been FASD or many others. Conditions of FASD can range from mild to severe but can include learning disabilities, intellectual disability or low IQ, poor reasoning and judgment, and a host of other issues. 15. Orphan. Cruz's adoptive mother, Linda Cruz, 68, died of pneumonia in November last year. She was one of the only people that was remotely close to Cruz. His adoptive father, Roger Cruz, died of a heart attack several years ago after his mother died. He and his brother were left in the care of family friend Barbara Kumbadovich of Long Island, New York. He is believed to have lived for a few weeks at the Lantana Cascade mobile home neighborhood with a different family friend before moving in with a former classmate's family in Parkland around Thanksgiving. 16. Disturbing posts on Snapchat. Cruz was investigated by state authorities in 2016 after he filmed himself cutting his own arms on Snapchat and saying he wanted to buy a gun. He posted the video on the social media app in September 2016, 17 months before he allegedly committed the school shooting. He posted the Snapchat clip just days after turning 18 years of age and shortly after he broke up with his girlfriend who was cheating on him, his mother told investigators.
Where the freaks at?